What if everything you think you know about this team is only half the story? Because behind every great football nation, there are moments of glory, hidden struggles, and decisions that changed history forever. And today, we are going to explore a question that millions of football fans around the world have wondered. Why does nobody want to face France at the 2026 World Cup? There are football teams that win tournaments, and then there are football machines, nations so deeply wired for success that the very act of drawing them in the group stage sends shockwaves through coaching rooms across the world. France is that machine. Les Bleus, the Blues, are one of the most feared, most respected, and most complex national teams in the history of football. They have delivered moments of heartbreak and brilliance in equal measure. And right now, heading into the 2026 FIFA World Cup on American soil, they are operating at a level that should terrify everyone else in the competition. The story of French football is not one of smooth, uninterrupted dominance. It is a story of redemption. For decades, France was a founding force in world football, helping create the World Cup itself, the European Championship, the UEFA Champions League, yet they could never master their own creation. Theirs was a culture of what football historians called the glorious defeat. Beautiful, romantic football, painful exits. That curse ended on the night of July 12, 1998. On home soil, in front of a nation holding its breath, France defeated Brazil 3-0 in the World Cup final. Zinedine Zidane, a man of Algerian descent playing for the country his parents had adopted, headed home 2 first-half goals. Emmanuel Petit added a third. The Stade de France exploded. That team, built on iron-willed defending, disciplined structure, and individual genius, carried players from across the globe. They became known as the Rainbow Team. Their slogan was Black Blanc Bleu, black, white, and Arab, a reflection of modern France itself. President Jacques Chirac called it a beautiful image of France and its humanity. Just 2 years later, France won Euro 2000, becoming double champions of the world. One of the greatest back-to-back achievements in history. Then came a decade of darkness. Zidane's 2006 retirement took more than just one man off the pitch. It took France's identity with him. The 2010 World Cup became one of the most embarrassing chapters. A player strike, a mutiny, a group stage exit. But great footballing nations do not stay down. France's story has always been written by extraordinary individuals. Zinedine Zidane remains the standard. The man who single-handedly elevated France from contenders to champions. His elegance, vision, and technical mastery are still referenced in coaching academies around the world. Thierry Henry, a player who combined pace, technique, and intelligence in a way few forwards ever have. The defensive and midfield core was so formidable it became the blueprint for modern tactical football. And then, Kylian Mbappé. Born in 1998, he is living proof that French football does not recycle greatness. It produces new versions of it. At the 2022 World Cup final in Qatar, with France seemingly defeated, Mbappé did the unthinkable, 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. He then scored a third, making him only the second man in history to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. He finished as the tournament's top scorer with 8 goals, one of the greatest individual performances in history. He is not finished. France qualified for the 2026 World Cup in dominant fashion. They topped UEFA Group D with an unbeaten run, scoring 16 goals while conceding just 4 across their matches, including commanding wins over Ukraine. In the March 2026 friendlies, manager Didier Deschamps took his squad to the United States and defeated both Brazil and Colombia convincingly. The current squad is arguably the deepest France has ever assembled. It's a machine of elite precision. In goal, Mike Maignan, one of the elite shot-stoppers in European football. In defense, William Saliba and Dayot Upamecano form a partnership of physical presence and technical sophistication. In midfield, Eduardo Camavinga brings dynamism and composure. Khéphren Thuram and Manu Kone add further layers of control. In attack, beyond Mbappé, they have Ballon d'Or winner Dembélé, the brilliant Griezmann, and Michael Olise emerging as a world-class force. This is not a squad built around one superstar. This is 11 threats walking onto the pitch at the same time. What makes France dangerous is not just talent. It is the combination of elements that almost no other team can replicate. They defend with elite quality. They press with intensity and discipline. They punish opponents at terrifying speed. And when it is tight, they have a man called Mbappé who can end the match in a single second. Deschamps is one of the great tournament coaches. His philosophy: eliminate weakness, protect the structure, and release the talent. France is not just a football team, they are a cultural phenomenon. Their story has always been bigger than football. Their 1998 team became a symbol of unity. Their 2018 triumph inspired a new generation of children from Bondy to Paris. And at the 2026 World Cup, France arrived not as dark horses, but as one of the clear favorites. Every coach is worried, because getting out of a group with France is one challenge. Playing them in a knockout game is an entirely different proposition. France have survived humiliation, rebuilt from the ashes, and shown the world that in French football, the story is never over. They arrive in 2026 hungry, focused, loaded with talent from goalkeeper to striker, and carrying the singular motivation of a world title. Every team in this tournament knows the truth. You do not want to face France, but someone will have to. The real question is, can anyone in 2026 finally solve France? Or will Les Bleus write the greatest chapter yet?